Getting started here. Man, hello guys. My name is Shaggy, and I'm with Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. We're on Facebook, and I've been doing stuff on YouTube too. And I just wanted to jump on, and I'm getting ready to do a Q&A here in a few minutes in my group. But I want to get on, and I'm going to start doing more videos, and we're live. What's up, Adam and Rima? We're live on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel called Shaggy's Consulting and Training, and we're live on Facebook. So I'm trying this out now because I want to broaden the platform. And and I wanted to come on today and I wanted to talk about having plans, right? Plans. Plans are so important. I talk to people every day. They come from different training areas. They come from they're truck drivers, they're company drivers, or they're owner operators wanting to take the next step. Or you guys are investors, right? What's up, John? You guys are investors coming into this business, right? Some of you guys have been in this business for years, and if you guys haven't got a chance to check us out, please go to Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group, check out the page, watch our videos, check out our reviews. And I'm new to YouTube, and I haven't been on YouTube for a while, but I'm going to start working on YouTube more and more because I want to keep spreading the word about trucking, brokering, dispatching, and so much more. I want people to be successful in the business. I want people to grow legacies for their families. And that's what we do. We've had the privilege since 2009 to be a part. Oh, I've been in the trucking since a long time ago for that. But in 2009, we started helping people back before the Mad Rush started. And over those years, we've seen so many different carriers and authorities and everything happen. We built some great relationships and a huge network with many, many partners like Evil Sizer and a bunch that all care about carriers. And we see this industry being as such as a free for all because people don't take the time to have a plan. A plan for your business is so important. And I'm not talking about other people's plans. I'm talking about your plan. You, the one right there listening to me on YouTube and Facebook. We see, and I don't have a lot of traffic on YouTube, but I'm going to start building it up. And I want to be able to reach as many people as I can because in this industry, there's so much of a free for all going on. And it's a two-sided thing, right? One is everybody that just cares about making a buck off everybody else, and there's no consequences that come that they don't care about the consequences that come from it. And the other side of it is the industry where you guys are people that are trying to do something for you, your family, your wife, your kids to better yourself in this industry. And the problem is there's so much confusion. There's so much drama. There's so much fraud. There's so much liability risk and lack of real information that's being put out there. People are coming into this business and they're not understanding where they're going to get the freight before they get it. They think the load boards are the only answer. They think using a dispatching service because they have great posts, great ads are the answer. They think, like Jared says, one has to think how long this is going to last, and you just never know, right? So, like, everybody's coming into the industry thinking that is the answer or freight waves because it's telling you the markets are supposed to be paying $5 a mile or six, and that's what the rates really are. Every day I look in hotshot groups, and if they're not yelling about the spam, there's people that are coming in and I see all the questions from non-CDL and CDL people that are jumping in. They immediately go and just ask for a dispatcher, and that is so bizarre to me because in this kind of business you are regulated by the feds, whether you're one of those people that like the feds or not. Most people don't like the feds. I don't know how those people do their jobs and how they have a conscience doing them, but I get it. Everybody has a job, you know and most people don't understand about drug testing. Who would have thought reefers could do $40,000 on 50 and $60,000 with teams? I mean, it's ungodly. Who would think a solo guy in this era could do $40,000 a month, right? What's up, Greg Pruitt, man? So nice to see you, my friend. Uh, you know, uh, I've been doing this for so many years, and I see everything going on, and I see the rat race. I see everybody wanting to be the Joneses. If you're going to start authority, what you have so many things that you need to pay attention to. You need to stop listening to the people that are telling you it's easy, people that are sending you to platforms where you can think you can learn all this in 2 days because they have a glorious panel. Or you need to stop learning about relying on dispatching services that you think are going to pay your bills, because you need to know what those bills are. You need to know about your cost, your fuel, your fixed cost, your escrow, your home time that you're going to sacrifice for each type of equipment. From hotshot is different than box truck. Box truck's going to be different than flatbeds. Semis is not the same as the rest. You guys got to understand that when you're a broker, when you're a broker, it's not just a bond. When the bond is done, you got contingency cargo insurance. You got $100 a month for 411. You got $100 a month for ecarriercheck.com. You got TMS systems you have to pay for because the free ones only do so much. You got probably $700 to $800 a month just in expenses that you're going to need to do it right. That's because half of you guys are doing it wrong. You have to understand the plan as a broker, how to be a salesperson for the carriers and how to do routing and planning, how to talk like a broker. You have to practice and understand all this stuff before you start. And people aren't doing that. People aren't taking the time to do the research and network before you start. So many people I talk to on a daily basis listening to the Joneses, and they went out and bought a semi truck. They have the truck already, but they've never even hired a driver. And if their husband or a family member is driving, what happens if he gets sick? Are you just going to quit? Park your truck? If you have a ton of company trucks right now while the rates are going good, what happens if it suddenly changes because no one goes to work and the ports have 18 trucks a day and the warehouses can't keep up and it slows down so much that that the freight's not there? What happened? So many people come in and they don't understand about locations on that map behind my head, where they should really start an authority, or if they have to start it here where they're at, the proper license. Or if I get a license, how will I affect my business in 3 years? Because everybody wants to jump in and just get that money like the Joneses. I always use the name Joneses. So if anybody's out there named Joneses, don't get offended, right? I I want to know what you're going to do to keep your business going when that truck breaks down and you can't get it fixed because there's no parts, or they're lined up and the wait is so long. What are you going to do? Or is it just everybody? Is that a fly by night? What is your plan to keep you? If you're a trucking company today or a new broker, you're being stalked and attacked by predators, not only dispatching services. And none of these people are actually bad people. Everybody's trying to play their part with an agenda. And these agendas will affect you. Every day we talk about people that have lack of education and are being dictated by the wrong brokers because they don't understand the right ones because of DAT. The load boards are supposed to be the answer to dispatching services and new carriers and brokers. But what if the load board is not? What if there's a whole nother world of freight or a whole nother world of stuff going on that you will never take the time to ever even get to see because you have no plan? Oh, you might think you have a plan because you're going to go buy a truck, get your MC number, pay $20,000 a year in insurance, and go out there. But you don't have a plan because you don't know about the people that are out there that are double brokering, co-brokering in some third world country using internet, and they're going to cause problems. You don't understand any of this because you haven't even taken the time to experience it yet. You don't take the time to build 100 brokers or even find the lanes in your own backyard. When you book loads, you don't look no past the next load because you're afraid that something's going to happen because you don't have no plan, instead of looking 30 days out at a time. all the time to build a consistent relationship when you know that when you started in this business, you did it to make a consistent paycheck or make more revenue or as a broker to do better than what you're doing at your job. But you don't understand that it's going to take you 8 months before you even get one person to approve your credit. And if you don't have relationships with the carriers to go to their factoring companies because you don't understand that side of it because you've never owned a trucking company or ever had to dispatch, and the dispatch, you should, Rima, check out ecarriercheck.com. And you don't know the dispatchy side of it. You don't know maps, the lanes of season. You don't know when this area of freight drops out and this area is not. You don't know consistency. I'm telling you right now, in business, people want to get paid all the time, every week, what the same amount or more. People want to be home and enjoy their family in this day and age. That's why you are taking this next step to open a brokerage or a trucking company. To be in this business, you must have a plan to understand all of it before you start. You can't take some guy's word for it saying this is guy's a crook because half the people that are carriers don't really understand what a broker goes to deal with customers because the fucking carrier doesn't have customers himself. He just thinks brokers and a load board is the way. And for some people, it is. For other people, they're in groups telling you that if you don't use DAT and know that 15-day average, that is really not correct because one guy has been working off that and one guy can do many things. But the minute in your plan you decide to move to the next level, right, and add on more mouths to feed, everything changes from compliance to safety. If I had $100 or even a dollar for every person that gets into trucking and immediately they outsource themselves to a compliance company and they expect that compliance company to be the answer, it's not even the compliance company's fault. It's because you put those compliance companies off until the problems actually happen. Because I get those calls every day, and it's usually your fault why it happened. You know, dispatchers don't understand compliance and hour service, but they're the best load bookers in the world. Dispatchers don't understand that they're the ones that are causing half the outage services and the maintenance problems, but they don't because they don't understand the aspects of running the trucking company because they never had. Dispatching services were so fucking good. They would open their own trucking company because all you need is an MC number and owner operator lease on and you're in business and it's more satisfaction running the trucking company, but they don't. Because when you ask them why they do a dispatching service instead of owning a trucking company, they say it's less risk or liability. But this is the exact same person. That's where you're allowing from day one because you have no plan to run your trucking company. Does that make any sense? Like literally. And I am not against the dispatching services. I'm trying to educate you, the trucking company, on what you should be doing. It's just like when you buy company trucks. If you're an investor in a trucking company, why are you so excited to keep buying one company truck to the next? Because you're making a few bucks when you have no diversity. The minute that that second truck finally breaks down because you're making 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever you're making right now, this isn't real times and it won't always be like this. You have to have that plan. You know what I mean? I'm going to schedule a demo with eCarrier site. I always add more money than that $15 average on that because I just use it as a guide. I'm familiar with checking out the lanes I'm not familiar with. You have to, right? But see, but why do we? So that still tells me to a point that somebody's freight chasing, right? We teach in our dispatching class about a 7-day plan, how to keep a truck continuously running over and over, how to build a pattern to where a driver almost knows what he's doing next a week in, a week out. To be able to put yourself into a position from day one to where you have 25 brokers in any given 5 cities between where you live in a 3 to 500 mile radius that have the same lanes going to those cities. So you don't have to dick with dumb brokers on detention time or truck owners not used or not getting loaded proper because we as carriers cannot afford this at the same time. But then you go to brokers starting out. If a broker starting out in this business understood how a carrier works and what dispatching is like, they could have 10 trucks that they're running, that they're providing something for them by using their brokerage and their customers that the carrier doesn't have, to build a plan for each of you. One carrier can run $3 to $4 million. A 110 truck or 10 trucks worth of carriers can run $3 to $4 million of customer freight. That is assets that you could be utilizing in this business. See, but the problem why you guys don't do this is because you're on YouTube and you're on Facebook, and everybody's telling you people what you want to hear. If they were to actually break down what you're going, how much money you really need to have to open a new brokerage, could you imagine if my friends at Diane at Pacific Financial that probably do 100 broker bonds a month or more actually sat down and said, well, we're claims, because they say it on their videos, right? They're claims experts. Well, why don't they, before they take your payment, explain what claims experts deal with? Why don't these broker classes the first day say, how much money after you pay for this bond and jump through hoops do you have in the bank to cover yourself if a claim happens? You're like, what's a claim? Well, running over a customer's parking lot, tearing trailer doors off, blowing radiators, getting hit on the railroad tracks, going all kinds of stuff, man. Like these things happen, and the more freight you do, it's going to be even more claims. Well, what is a claim? You don't pay it, right? As a broker, well, you may not pay it, and you may not ever pay a claim. But the problem is how long can you afford to hold the claim? Like, what do you mean? Well, your credit's on the line. Your factory company's going to stop credit on your customer. All this stuff's going to happen because you're going to have to float the claim for at least 90 days, unless the carrier pays it. Did you even think about that in this process? You don't see people on Facebook going back around talking about claims. You don't talk about when incidents happen. It's because most of them don't make it through a claim because they had no plan about claims. What kind of trucking company or brokerage are you really going to run? And how bad do you want to be in this business? Because everybody that can't run a brokerage is a successful free for all training school now on online webinars and everything else. But what kind of experience do you get if you're not taught visually, in person, and hands on, where you can really see the deal? See what it's like to have 40 loads and actually push them. See what it's like when a broker really has a relationship with a carrier, and you find out that not all loads pay to service that customer, to build those relationships that are long lasting year in, year out. Do you even get that kind of education in what you have previously done in any of your trainings? Isn't that important to what you're doing? Like, to have the reality of what you're going to do at a trucking company, and the risk and the points and the CSA scores and how it works and compliance and how you're going to do it? Or are you just going to outsource everything and let some dispatching service run for it with a whim that it's going to help you in the future? Is that really having a plan? Like, because to me, it's so bizarre because that doesn't work. Didn't work when I started. It didn't even work when I was running up in my first 25 trucks in my first 15 months when I did not have a plan. I was just like running like the wind. When reality set in and diversity started happening, and I started learning about multiple streams of income, not one, but how to make two and three and four and five. That's what made the wheels turn, using other people's stuff to make money, having diversity when that company trucks down. There's so many people that will skip this video right now because they think I'm crazy, or don't believe me because they all think that guy says it's not hard. You see that all these people out there that tell you about the money, but they don't tell you about the hotel rooms and sleeping in the back of the truck. They don't tell you about the only drivers they can find do drugs, and then they get popped and fuck up your authority because you wanted to be with the Joneses. They don't talk about how everything fluctuates so fast. Once is good, once is not. All you hear is the good stuff all the time. It's not really true, is it? It's not real. It's not real because life is not real like that. Your personal relationships with your family, trying to stay married past 1 year, Oh my God, man. You thought it was great when the honeymoon period, but then when the bills and the kids and the stress and the risk and the payments and the fucking government and everything else start tying in, will you think that's any different than trucking? It takes a team. It takes a husband, wife, girlfriend. These people, it takes them being a part of this business. Anybody can go out and be a one truck guy and go with the flow, right? I got it. But what about the rest? What about that ambition? What about that drive that you're going to have to take your business to the next level? Are you going to have a plan? That's what I want to start getting on YouTube and do different sections. Do you even do homework? Have you even tried to run your truck in a 7-day plan before you paid for the insurance or let somebody talk you into it yourself? Because when the dispatching service don't do you right, the brokers screw you over that you thought you had, or anything negative happens, compliance companies, because you thought they were there for you, but you should have knew it yourself and it was easier than you thought if you just learned how to do it. I get it. I get it. Everybody has agendas, so they're always going to be influenced and pushing and saying this guy's crazy. But I'm talking to the ones that want to be their businesses, the ones that want to own their own thing. Guys, and please, if you're flying through the videos, please share. Share to YouTube. Go join our YouTube channel, Shaggy's Consulting Training. Guys, go like the channel, like the page. Me and Frank are gonna start doing more and more. I'm gonna take so much time out of my day to make sure I'm going live more often because I want to help you guys understand what success is about. And I'm not God's gift to earth. I'm not some saint from out of nowhere. I'm just a guy that loves to help people and likes teaching trucking, brokering, and dispatching in my boot camp webinars. I like being able to teach you guys for 3 to 4 hours with my partners that come in and spend so much time. I like spending time after hours hanging out with you guys, making sure that your brain comprehends what you're getting into. I love scaring the shit out of people with risk and liability because you don't think it'll happen. But the minute that you think this won't happen to me, it freaking does. And we see it. And it's going to take your business out because this is one of the most unforgiving businesses in the world, even though all you see is everybody wants to be the Joneses. Every platform, every training. I don't even care if you sign up for my training, my webinars that are 70 hours almost in 3 weeks. And that's not even enough time to be able to get you guys where you need to be. That's why we have continuous education. That's why Shaggy's Consulting Training has been here for 4 years and we haven't changed our platform. We just keep driving and pushing forward to make you guys who you are. That's why we have so many reviews. And I know people don't like what we say sometimes, or I get cussing too much. But that's because this stuff's real. And this business, we kill people. And this business, people will die if mistakes are made. And this business is not unforgiving. It takes everything you got to get started, and it takes very little to lose it that even twice as fast. You don't like hearing negativity. Have a plan. And I want to start doing segments about the plan. Like if you're starting an authority, what are you doing with it? Are you going to have company trucks? Have you thought about owner operators and do you have the lease agreements and understand them? Do you understand the terminology that you're actually going to need to provide a plan to hire owner operators and company drivers? Or are you just going to go throw those ads out there and hope they finally come or cry on Facebook because you can't find anybody because you don't really understand what your product is? What is a product? A product is being able to take a guy named Isaiah Rima or somebody, Joyce or the Porter Wrights or Kyle Williams, and be able to make his family make money. If you got a double their household income, to make sure at the end of the month when they work for you, there's more than $50 in the bank and they don't feel like they've only been paying your bills and not theirs. A product is painting a picture of a house with kids and making sure that your employees know what that house looks like. A product is making sure that you know that you need to run your trucks nonstop and still have them home week in and week out because the operations don't quit and every day costs money. A product is to know the different levels of capability of what a brokerage can do and how there's two kinds of brokers out there. One that's called relationship, one that's called freight chasing. One that 90% of the freight goes on the board, one that if they didn't have to put the shit on the low boards, they would never ever put one on there. There's so many fundamentals that's being left out of half these platforms, dispatch service trading and trucking guru groups and all this stuff that you guys are not even understanding. And you should, because this is your social security number. This is your experience. This is your livelihood that you're going to have. It doesn't work the way a lot of these people are telling you because it is not that easy. It is not that safe. It is not that little of a risk. It's always risk. It's every time you turn around. There's so much more risk. That's why you had your 40-hour a week job. Just going out and buying box trucks is not the way it is. It's at 26 feet or 16 feet or a 10 foot out of the backfill of Johnny's place. Do you not understand when you buy that box truck, you're going to have $300 to $500 a week, another 800 of fuel, plus you're going to need to make 2,000, 2,500 a week, plus you got to put away another 5 to 800 a week for fixed costs and escrow, and that doesn't stop. That's every day. Right. Thank you. Hope the live has an error. Hopefully it resumes. Though we're live right now, right, guys? Like wherever we're on. Are we on YouTube? I know we're on Facebook, right? Yes. Joyce, we're not live. Justin, Artie, are we live? Isaiah's. I think we're live. Anyways, I hope this video is rolling out there because I wanted you guys to understand. Facebook. Okay, we should be on YouTube too. So we're on live on Facebook. We're good. We should be on YouTube too. If we're not, I apologize. I think it's on YouTube. It says up on top we're on YouTube. Okay, cool. We are live. Excellent. I remember talking to Greg Pruitt years ago, man. And I remember all my people I talked to. It's like my ADHD. I remember all my students. I remember everything. Thank Nicole. And you guys, and we are, one of the things you guys need to share, we are here for you, right? My phone number is on, that is my cell phone right there. Every student, every person, every class person, we are always here available. I never not answer a call. I always get back with people. My cell phone is floating right on the bottom. Our website is on there, shaggysconsulting.com, our group. You guys, I want each and everybody in this industry to have a plan to understand everything. You may think you're just a trucking company. You may think dispatching is not a trucking company. It's a piece of a trucking company. It's one part. The trucking company is a whole nother level, and brokerage is too. And you're like, why do I need to understand brokerage as a carrier? In your plan, you must understand brokerage because as a carrier, you should be going after customers. All right, I'm live on YouTube. Excellent. You guys must understand and get customers from day one. You should be understanding how to ask and how to research customers just as well as brokers because you're the one as a carrier doing the service for the customers. The broker is just a sales guy that talked you into doing something for them. You need to know how to do that. This whole load board mentality doesn't have to be. There's a whole nother level. And if you don't understand that, then you're already screwing your plan, right? Guys, you need to understand the liabilities of a broker because if you're only a one or two, three truck company and you're tired of the rates and the boards, why are you hurting yourself by going after somebody that promise a dispatching service that promises more than you can do? You know, I get it, guys. I get it, guys. It's so easy Because if I can go and pay a guy $5, $10, $300 a week to make me more than what I could do myself, I get it, right? But you're not building your business. They're building theirs and you're getting by. And if that's what you're happy with, guys, just go do it, right? Go use a dispatching service. But when you start growing your company, start having compliance issues or all this other stuff because you didn't take the time to learn stuff, you guys have no idea. You guys, it's your fault because of your plan. If you guys don't understand what happens when you leave a dispatching service and what they're doing to your broker packets and those how they're building relationships with your people, but you're not, you think you are, that's your fault to your plan. I mean, you're running a trucking business. Are you really that lazy that you can't do it yourself? You have to allow somebody else to do it for you. I mean, I get why people do it. I understand. But we're talking about you, your wife, your kids, your business. Why